Arsenal smash Chelsea at Stamford Bridge 4-2 in the Premier League. Top four well and truly back on. Pressure on Tottenham. Chelsea, what happened to them tonight? The capitulation, the mistakes at the back, capitalized on by Arsenal. They respond for Mikel Arteta after a lot of doubt with three defeats on the bounce. Big game for them at the weekend against Manchester United. The confidence that Eddie Nketiah, Saka, Smith Rowe with the coldest of finishes will pick up after this excellent win. And it is to go to Stamford Bridge and score 4, to go to Stamford Bridge, to lead twice and have it dragged back and still remain the better team. Thiago Silva, Kai Havertz, the big boys coming on from the bench. And maybe, just maybe, Thomas Tuchel took Arsenal a little bit too easy in this game. Maybe Thomas Tuchel thought, we've already got this. This is Arsenal. They're on a bad run of form. This is Stamford Bridge. We can't be got at. And maybe a bit of complacency, maybe a bit of arrogance. I think that spurred on the Arsenal players because for a team that looked devoid of ideas in a number of games recently, no clinical edge in games recently, they were absolutely at it from the off. Now, some defensive mistakes from Arsenal at times in the game. Rob Holding with a game to forget. Some poor moments from them in that way. But they stayed strong and they stayed resolute as a side, and they got themselves over the line. And I have to say, it was an excellent performance. All salt, all rivalry aside, you can do nothing but praise Arsenal for going to one of the toughest stadiums in the country, in Europe, in the world, and not only getting a win, but absolutely ripping them apart limb from limb. And in all intents and purposes, for the remaining 20, 25 minutes of the game, Chelsea didn't look like scoring. Not at all. If they went to a brothel and paid top dollar, they were walking away with a dry one. They would. It was awful. Absolutely awful from their point of view. But let's take nothing away from Arsenal tonight. Let's take absolutely nothing away from them. A team performance, a together performance, and a response for their manager, really, who's been under, and rightfully so, a hell of a lot of scrutiny. This is a team that was on its way and trajectory tracking towards losing more games than last year, conceding more goals than last year, maybe not capitalizing on this brilliant opportunity that presented itself. They had to respond. They did respond. Now, of course, you move on from this point. You have to now go and beat the worst team in the country right now in Manchester United without a shadow of a doubt. You have to go and do that. To follow this game up and drop points to a poor Man United team at home would undo these things. But the confidence boost this is going to give the Gunners is absolutely massive. Now, I want your thoughts and I want your feelings. Chelsea fans, I want to hear from you as well. A comment here, Lee Gunner is in the mud. This is what happens, though. Arsenal might win a couple and Lee Gunner's back in the mud. And then you lose a couple and then he's in the ascendancy. Time's going to tell who's won that argument and that debate. But there we go. Back-to-back titles loading. Yes, of course, Man City winning tonight 2-0. 3-0 in the end, so it was 2-0 the last time we checked in the Premier League. I can't even read that word there, but there we go. Some super chats to look at here. First one, Chelsea are in the top 4 race, is what KC's got to say. They're not, though, are they? They're not in the top 4 race. It will be absolutely fine for Chelsea. Chelsea loves saving Arteta's job, is what Kieran has got to say. Mount deserved the red. We will talk about that. I did think, I felt, and I said it, in fairness, the Gooners in the room didn't say it was a red card, but I felt that Mason Mount did deserve a red. It was studs up, shin height, 100% a red for me. On Tuchel rotating his squad, that's at Arsenal's level. Our win percentage with Lukaku up top is horrible. These players tapped out once we went out of the Champions League. Do you know what's in? I mean, we've got the FA Cup final, and I understand rotation is going to be key until the end of the season. I just felt Tuchel's lineup was disrespectful towards Arsenal. Thiago Silva not playing. Rudiger wasn't in the team, as far as I'm aware. Maybe he's injured, but I don't know. But he wasn't in the team. Starting with both Werner and Lukaku, the Chuckle brothers up front together, it's a disrespect. It's a disrespect. And Arsenal said, we ain't having it. And they won. I can't read that. Someone help me.
The AC Penitentiary.
The AC Penitentiary. There we go. I couldn't read that. Sorry, my dyslexic brain weren't having none of it, but thank you for the super chat. Oh, I get it now. I get it.
Christensen in the mud.
That went over my head. Christensen's mentally in Catalan shouldn't play. Haters were ready to jump on the Arteta out train. Doubters were ready to jump ship. All toxicity excluded. We dominated Chelsea today.
I don't know about that. I don't know if I agree with that.
You don't agree with that, Cole?
Nah. No. I think Arteta deserved his criticism. And I'm not being funny. If we don't beat United, then go on and lose the next couple of games, we're back exactly where this is kind of like a fluke result. And let's not pretend that the game was... I don't think we dominated Chelsea, especially in that first half. It was one of the most scrappiest games from both teams I've ever seen. And I was here riddled with anxiety. I still think it's a great win. It's a great response considering we've lost 3 on the bounce. But we now have to continue that. So I think it's a bit premature for that kind of comment. But, you know, I mean, obviously you're entitled to your opinion. I just disagree.
Yeah, you know what? I look at it this way. We played Southampton, we played Crystal Palace, and we played Brighton. We scored 1 goal. Today we played Chelsea away, and we scored 4. That just goes to show you how poor Chelsea were today and how both teams were open, but we were just clinical today, which we did not have over the last couple of days.
Well, you weren't clinical. You didn't have the chance to be clinical against Brighton or Palace. You know, Southampton, yes, you had Saka especially had chances. Foster had a really good day. But look, you were better than them. But I think Colin's right in this.
Wait, say what?
You were right.
I was right.
Yeah, you're right. Cool. You're right. You're right.
Okay.
I look at it from this point of view of and this is what's annoyed me this season. Arsenal fans should celebrate tonight. Be happy. If you drink, drink. If you want to eat good, eat good. You know what I mean? You want to go into your boyfriend or your girlfriend's bedroom and have a little bit of a horizontal hula to celebrate. Go do it. But equally, this whole I told you Arteta shouldn't have been criticised for losing 4 games from 5 prior to this. That's a nonsense comment because you're Arsenal Football Club. If you lose more than 1 game on the bounce, there should be criticism because you're one of the biggest and greatest clubs in the history of football. And those standards should remain at all times. Terry, stop waffling to banter Arsenal later. Chelsea smashed Chelsea tonight. Respect to your storyline. The grind is the grind.
Wow.
See, this is what happens. I praise Arsenal, and then it starts, Terry, you're only praising Arsenal to chop them down. I am nothing but consistent. When a team plays well, I praise them. When a team's on a bad run of form, I say they're on a bad run of form. I just don't do the nonsense PR that clubs put out, my friend. Never a penalty. Disgraceful. I mean, let's talk about the penalty quick. Penalty, no penalty, Gal.
That was a penalty. I don't know what he was talking about. That was a bang-on penalty. No matter what you do, if the guy takes the guy out on a one-on-one chance and he's literally behind him when he takes out Saka, what do you mean it's not a penalty? Explain. So what's a penalty for you then, my friend? When a player is the last person right in front of the goalkeeper, the ball comes across the face of goal and all he has to do is touch it and he takes him out, that's not a penalty? I'm sorry. That's the definition of a stone-cold penalty for me.
There we go. This game proved that Tuchel can't drop the first 11, is what Ike's got to say. Man like Lamin says Lukaku should be arrested for impersonating a football player tonight. He was poor. Right place, right time, says Chelsea man, so cocky, thought they'd turn up and slap us. 2017 and 2020 Cup final didn't teach them, man, to calm down. Same thoughts, same losses.
That's true. They disrespected us with the lineup. And let's be honest, they thought they were going to show up and they're going to beat us because the performances that we put in over our last 2 games. So this goes to show you this is football. Anytime you disrespect your opponent, you're going to lose. And today, Eddie Nketiah showed up and gave you guys 2 goals.
I hear you on that. Terry, Mount gets away with everything. Love from DK. I think that's Denmark. Love, big up Denmark. Lovely bacon from Denmark. I love very, very good Danish bacon. Tuchel was wrong tonight. Arsenal is one of our big games, and whatever the form, the chances are Arsenal will show up. Now we have to listen to pesky Igal. I do need to say, Igal, I need to address you here. You are far too calm. It's annoying me.
I was
let it out, Igal. Let it out,
Yeah.
please. Let out your excitement. Before the cameras came on, let it out, please.
You know what I was going to say? I was going to come on here and be like, nah. Chelsea's in the mud. Chelsea's in the mud. But you know what? I can't go too far because at the end of the day, they're probably going to still finish 3rd. They're probably still going to be a better team at the end of the year. We just need to take this win. I'm going to move on humbly, but I just have to get that out of my system.
I don't know. You are not a gal, bro. This isn't a gal.
You know what it is? There's nobody antagonizing me. These Chelsea guys, all year, I've been hearing about how good they are. We beat them today, and we didn't even have our best team. What do I have to say to them?
Is this true? Is Jesus right here?
Jesus is always right again. I don't know.
Igal was very excited, but I can confirm he did not have a stiffy. See, he didn't. I mean, I didn't actually.
I was gonna say
rummage and check.
What does that even? Okay, let's not
What does
even
that
get
mean?
into
That
it.
means you didn't have a hard panache. That's what it means. You know what stiffy means, right?
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Okay.
Let's get back to football.
CFC master plan to keep Arteta there. Congrats to Arsenal. We're good, not great. We have you in the game. Chelsea, lots of work to do. Saka dive big time. Fine for Mason. Fine with Mason's red. We move. TFT the best. Yeah, thank you for saying the football terrace is the best. I appreciate that. Thank you. Mount should be red carded. Let's talk about that. We will, Daniel. Corrupt board equals no top manager. Let's enjoy it. Come on, you gooners.
There you go.
Arteta to be sacked. Oops, is what Martin said there. Everyone in the league won today, but Arsenal, Arteta new contract, Eddie signed the thing, is what Hassan's got to say. And basically, Arsenal is Chelsea's bogey team. And in fact, I want to shout someone out, actually. I didn't need to shout someone out. I want to make sure I get the man's name right. From the big six bants. Where's his name? Because he tweeted me a minute ago and he was right. He said on one of the roundtable shows we did, and his name
KC.
KC. It was
Yes,
KC.
I remember what you said. Yeah.
KC said he thinks he's an Arsenal fan. He says he thinks Arsenal will go to Stamford Bridge and beat them there because it isn't a fortress anymore. And he got absolutely cooked.
He did.
And he was right tonight. So I always like to shout people out when they get their predictions right. We do clip, and that's the mad thing about when people go, Terry, why did you clip people up to embarrass them? So many clips that people get embarrassed by turn out to be true. The amount of people go, Terry, can you delete it? I'm getting cooked. And then they're like, oh, bruv, did you keep it? I need it now because it's come true. I respect KC because he had chest on that one. Right. We're going to take some calls before taking a look at some more super chats. We've got Brandon to come on. Matt's backstage, Winter Surf. David was meant to be here tonight. And he bottled it. David made an excuse. He said, I can't come. I'm helping my dad. out. He lied. I think he knew. I think he had a premonition.
He had a feeling.
I'm disappointed.
He did have a feeling tonight. Yes, I do look like a lumberjack, people. Thank you for noticing. It's part of my want to look like a real man. Do you know what I mean? The hair's coming back, growing the beard, lumberjack.
He's going to do that on a TikTok.
Mate, I've got a big old axe. You know, in my garage because I've got big. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, I digress again. If you can star those super chats for me, boys, so I don't miss them. Jess is coming on first to have her say, though. Hit that like and share button. And by the way, yeah, Jesse's back after an Arsenal win. Who knew? Jesse, welcome back to the show. Congratulations on the win. Give me your thoughts.
First of all, it's Jess. You don't need to add an E to it. Thanks. But yeah, good win. I think Chelsea was so disrespectful with their lineup. And so I thought immediately we had a chance. They never take us seriously. That's why they lose to us a lot more in recent times. But the game was good. I think for a neutral, you're probably like, that was a really good game. Not a lot of quality. Like, I don't want to sit here and act like we were scintillating or perfect or anything like that. Defensively, we were shocking until the back end of the second half. But I thought they left an opportunity for us to win the game, and we did it. And we haven't been clinical at all over the last couple of games, and we were today. And that's all that really matters. There's going to be so many teams over these next couple of weeks that just check out because they have nothing really to play for in the league, and you have to take advantage of it. So I'm not about to sit here and act like we're better than Chelsea or anything. They just didn't show up because they never respect us, and we took advantage, and I'm glad we did. So I think another part is, like, people have to realize these three teams that are, well, four teams, but three out of the four teams that are fighting for this top four spot are so bad and inconsistent. So we all win a couple of games and then think we're far ahead. Patrick, I'm talking to you. Patrick is watching this. You know, you've been talking so much in the group chat. Just relax. Like, we're all crap, and it's gonna go to the last day. Like, it's gonna
I hope Patrick is watching this right now.
Like, I mean, we're all crap. So yeah, good game. Happy for the young kids. It's nice to see Odegaard is alive. I didn't know if he had died. I didn't know. He's still back. He's back. Saka, I think it was important for him to score that penalty, especially after what happened with the Euros. They mentioned it in US commentary, and I was like, yeah, this is his first penalty since then. And him making that penalty, I think, was good. So, yeah, I'm happy for the young players. I'm happy that, Arteta seems to have made the right decisions. We'll see what happens on Saturday, but it's still close. Like, nobody's running away with this top 4 race. We're all crap, and it's going to go to the last day.
Yeah, Jay, like, I respect what you're saying there. And I think, listen, whether you're someone that's Arteta in, Arteta out, whether you think Arsenal are going to make the top 4, listen, there were Arsenal fans after the last 2 games posting pictures of themselves on the beach rather than responding to losing. There'll probably be, man, like you, I'm listening to you, Karen, I know you're watching, like, tonight it will be, I told everyone, this is where I think fans have just got to, like I said, celebrate the win tonight. And then from tomorrow, go, right, now concentrate and let's go again, because there are no foregone conclusions in this. And Spurs, a lot of people have put them as favourites because of one reason or another. That could change by this time next week. So, yeah, it's about focusing and concentrating on what it is you've got to do. There's been a lot of stuff on Twitter, though, that Gal brought to my attention in the game. A lot of Gooners calling for Eddie Nketiah to start as the main striker for the remainder of the season. Do you agree with that, Jay?
Yeah, I think Lacazette has been a catastrophe over the last couple of games. And so I don't think it should just be you're the oldest, so you get to play. Eddie obviously needed to show some quality, but it's just nice to have somebody that can run up top. It's just a difference. Just having basic running up top gave us something. So I'm not saying that Lacazette shouldn't play at all. I'm just saying that Eddie should have that spot. And for the Arsenal fans that were calling for Martinelli to start through the middle, I know it might have been game state, but he was not great in those closing minutes in the middle. He couldn't hold the ball up. So maybe Arteta knows a little bit more than we do about these players. He couldn't hold the ball up, and Eddie was doing those things. So I think Eddie deserves to start. You score 2 goals away from home in a difficult environment, you should start. And Lacazette should not just start because he's older. He's been crap. His mind is gone. So yeah, Eddie deserves to start, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was like Eddie disaster class, like in the next game. We don't have any consistent strikers, but he should start.
Yeah, I get that. And I think as well with it, like he did well to finish his chances, but it wasn't this, with all due respect, those chances were both created by terrible Chelsea mistakes as well. So I think, again, some of the things I've seen Arsenal fans tweeting, it's sort of like, calm down. He didn't just like run amok against Liverpool at Anfield by like twining up Van Dijk.
We haven't had a striker score a goal in open play in over like months, so don't be surprised. People are excited when a guy bags a break.
Yeah, but it's not. But I don't
think anybody thinks Does anybody really? Do you think anybody thinks that Nketiah is good, or should
no. Nobody's saying Eddie. Listen, I'm not even saying that. Nobody's saying Eddie Nketiah is the solution to the problem. It's just, as fans, we get excited when you have a guy go out and bag a brace, even though it's sloppy goals.
Oh, I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, I agree.
I've seen people tweeting, "Oh, Eddie Nketiah is the best striker at the club now. We better play him until the end of the season."
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I mean. That needs to be called out.
Is he better? We have 2 strikers at the club. One is Nketiah and one is Lacazette. It's not out of the realm of possibility that he might be the best striker at the club right now. Like, come on.
No, it's right. This is what I mean by the madness. It's like, celebrate the fact that you won. Congratulate Eddie Nketiah. But I've seen tweets that I told everyone, if he'd have started all of this season, we'd be well in the top 4. It's like, please.
Not that.
There's a reason that all the big boys are after him. Yeah. That's the one.
I guess, like, my final thoughts on this is just like, stay humble, Arsenal fans. Relax. Like, we could easily go up against Manchester United, and they'll look like crap against Liverpool, but turn up and be a 99 team against us at home. So let's just relax, okay? We're all crap.
I doubt that. But Jay, listen, absolute pleasure to always speak. And we'll chat again soon. Take care. Thank you. Bye. Someone here says, why do fans have to concentrate? They are not playing, are they? What I mean by that, it's probably a bad choice of words from me, is concentrate on the fact of exactly what Jess has said, that you're not an amazing team at this moment in time. Concentrate on the fact that, or focus on the fact that this isn't it. Like, you haven't beaten Chelsea tonight and you're going to guarantee to win your remaining 5-6 games. It's just relax a little bit after the celebrations. It's one of a bit like, when you go on an all-inclusive holiday, right? For them 2 weeks, you feel like a very rich person because all the food and all the drinks free. You don't lift the hand and foot. You don't cook. You don't make your own bed. It's only going to last a couple of weeks. Like, that isn't your real life. That's a holiday. Like, relax a little bit. Enjoy yourselves. Right, we've got loads of super chats here. I want to get to these calls as well, though. But Lukaku cost 100 million. Listen, Lukaku is an embarrassment of a football player, no doubt. Mendy is the real fraud. You clearly see how David De Gea saves a dead United defense. All these clean sheets we have were due to our defenders. When's his last save? I have to say, Mendy was poor again tonight. I felt like Eddie Nketiah is second and Arsenal's third. Should be saving that. There was the header for Benzema's goal last week. Should be saving that. Yeah, he has looked a little bit sketchy.
I think I'm in trouble.
We know who we are. We know who we are. Champions of Europe. Arsenal will never sing that.
Get out of here, man.
Shameless.
Shameless. Get out.
I'm okay with the Mount Red. Please look at the penalty again. Saka was holding on to Aspie. Please look at it and tell me I'm wrong. I will say this about the penalty. You were going to lose anyway. Like, the game was pretty much done when
I'm glad it wasn't decided on the penalty.
Yeah. I hear you on that.
No excuses.
Corrupt Paul. We already had that one there. Sorry. Basically, Arsenal is Chelsea's bogey team. Thank you. I respect Jess for the honest assessment from a Chelsea fan. Terry, Colleen, and Terry, I'm over the moon with the result tonight as a Gunner, as I thought we would have lost, but Chelsea showed us no respect with that lineup. Terry, TFT is one of the best shows on YouTube. Thank you, brother.
Big up, Ty.
I appreciate that. No one else lets you phone in and have you say. No one else has amateurs in here. Do you know what I mean? I'm joking. I'm only messing with you. Love you, bro. I love you.
No.
Why do fans have to... Oh, yeah, I've already had that one there. Lukaku scored at the Emirates like he was the man.
Against Pablo Mari.
Yep. Kante fell off. Meaty baller now is what Tamp says. With respect, the Bridge is no longer a tough stadium to play at. Chelsea are bad at home. Brentford beat us 4-1 at home. Thomas Tuchel cost us with his arrogance, and the setup was all wrong. Arsenal deserved it. And Alex here says it's Jessie. Terry, put some respect on her name.
I like how I gave you an eye to emphasize that point.
I can call Jess what I want. She's my mate. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. We should hear what we call Colleen when the cameras are off. We're just friends. It's all good. You all right, Geese?
Yeah, you all right, mate?
You all right, Geese? Right, next caller. We're going to get a Chelsea fan on before we go to the Gooners. We're going to get Winter Surfer on to have his say. Doesn't look happy, though. What you saying, bro?
I'll get this out of the way. Congrats to Arsenal. All that BS.
No worries,
that's fine. But I want every Chelsea fan to understand and look at this game why this is a very bad squad. This squad was so overrated, even by myself in the summer. It is bad. And Thomas Tuchel has to take some of the blame for his selections tonight. And also the players do, because they're coming in for players that have been playing well and they didn't take their chance. But when you've got a left side of Alonso, I know Werner scored and showed some bright things, but he was anonymous second half. And Malang Sarr, you are in trouble. And no one's going to tell me that Malang Sarr is better than Tomori or Mark Gurley. I know hindsight is a good thing, but these are terrible players. And I know Aspie scored, but he's on the way down. Loftus-Cheek, don't get hyped over his semi-final performance. This is Loftus-Cheek. He doesn't play well in the six. And not many fans will say this, Terry, but Kante is declined. He is declining. He has not played well for the last 6 months. It was a bad selection today. Today, I know we needed to rotate, but I wouldn't have rotated as much as he did. We haven't mathematically clinched his third spot. And we need to clinch it as quickly as possible so you can rotate leading up to the cup final. Now, we have to bring all the players back, play them against West Ham, then we've got whoever next. But it was just comical. The defending was atrocious tonight. And, the manager's got to take some blame on this as well. I'm not like going Tuchel. No Chelsea fan would say Tuchel out is stupid. But he has to take it. The last few games, some of his decisions have been mad. I mean, I saw Ziyech could put his shirt on, and 6 minutes later he's coming on. Why isn't he coming on straight away? His substitutions are slow sometimes as well. And overall, Terry, we are the worst counter-attack. I think we're one of the worst counter-attacking teams in Europe. Our play is so slow, and the build-up, and no wonder the Lukaku's not making any runs or anything. What's the point? Because no one tries to find these guys. They're just so slow. But embarrassing tonight, Terry. It was an embarrassing performance overall. Just shocking.
Mate, I hear you completely. I hear the frustration in your voice, and there's the slow counter-attack is huge. Like Werner's got a bit of speed, but the team is slow and it is lethargic. And it's crazy to think, like, as you say, that there's a number of players in your squad that we all expected to go to that next level. They haven't done it. And the midfield is starting to look really wafer thin. And I know a lot of fans didn't want him, but maybe it's time for that big checkbook to be opened and Declan Rice to arrive, because it's a very different game with someone like him controlling your midfield, no doubt. Andrew, thanks for calling in, mate, and having your say. Top man. Thank you very much indeed. We haven't really touched on it. You guys have touched on this briefly. Did you feel disrespected by Tuchel and Chelsea when you saw the lineup tonight?
When I seen the lineup and I seen Lukaku, who hasn't played in a long time, in a team that is like that has been not consistent up top, I'm like, where are their goals gonna come from? Then Timo Werner scores, and I'm like, whoa. But the most craziest thing is we changed our side heavily. Also, don't forget, El Neni was playing in this game. Rob Holding was playing in this game, guys. Like, we did not have our strongest team out either. And you know what? Chelsea have the quality. You guys are champions of Europe, so I don't want to hear any excuses. At the end of the day, you guys disrespected us, and we played with whatever we had, and we beat you guys 4-2. That's what it is. It is what it is.
I hear you. What about yourself? Cole?
To be honest with you, I kind of didn't feel disrespected because literally look at our last 3 games. I'm not even trying to be negative or pessimistic, but I saw Chelsea's lineup and I was like, oh, this is different. And then I saw our lineup with Rob Holding at centre back, and I was just like, I had no confidence. So me as an Arsenal fan, and I'm not normally negative about Arsenal, maybe they did not show us enough respect, but I mean, what have we gone off for them to show us respect?
No, I get that from a fan point of view, because we laughed when I saw Chelsea's lineup. I laughed and thought they don't rate you. The problem that you've got is your team was weakened mainly because of injuries.
Yeah.
So if you had a practically a fully fit squad, El Neni isn't starting this game. Rob Holding isn't starting at centre back. You know, you're playing your full strength team. There's almost this element of, in that dressing room, they don't respect us. That can fire a team up. That can give you an extra spring in your step. And I just think that's, and look, everyone knows my take on football. We were 80% mentality.
I think we were more up for it, honestly. From the opening minutes, I think we were more up for it, and you could tell by the fact that we got the opening goal, and then when you guys scored the equalizer, we came back directly again, and it always looked like we just had that extra little bit of energy and kept going back at you guys.
There's a mad picture here. I want to show everyone if the camera can see this of Lukaku. Can you see him in his baggy jeans? That is a madness there. That's an absolute madness. I hear what you're saying there. I really do. Javerne, could you share the link to call in, please? People are asking for it. Make sure you're hitting that like button for us, people. Really important that you do that. Let's get this stream past 1,000 likes while we are live. We're going to get Matt on the show now. I'm going to get Matt on next, because he's actually calling all the way from Australia, and it's late as hell there. What are you saying, bro? Commiserations on the defeat.
No, this game embarrasses me, Terry. I mean, you know, for someone like me and obviously the fans, you know, they wake up 5 a.m. on a fucking Thursday, like, you know, I've got a whole day to go through. I don't know how I'm going to get through the day after this rubbish loss. But a name that hasn't been spoken about, I'm the only Chelsea fan who speaks about this name, and rival fans, is Edouard Mendy. And this man, I don't have an agenda against him, but he has been shocking. He's been shocking recently. This game, I don't give him the blame for this game. Obviously, we have a lot of players who are shocking, but that's a name that needs to be watched, because he's definitely having shockers of games. And someone on the bench who can come on and perform better than him at this very moment is sitting on the bench right there, and he ain't coming on. But this game is probably on Tuchel. I mean, you know, obviously world-class manager, but he's making these mistakes. And recently, he's been making these mistakes often. You know, we've been seeing the subs never come and make an impact. And then the starting lineup, like, it was shocking. You know, when I saw it, I was scared. I was scared when I see Sarr, who hasn't played in 2 months, Lukaku, who hasn't played in 2 months, you know, and then we've got Christensen, who's already off to Barcelona, but we're already playing him. Like, these lineups don't make sense to me. And if I was an Arsenal fan, like, you know, a Galen Colin here, I'll be excited when I see this lineup, because they can easily counter us on this when they've got players like Saka and what's the other guy, Smith Rowe, when they can run and they've got the pace at us. And then we play Aspi on a wing. When we play Aspi on a wing, it just never works. We're playing a 32-year-old man on a wing who can't run. Like, it just makes no sense. And I think Tuchel got it wrong. But where do we go from here? As we said, we're not mathematically in third place. There's still a lot of improvements, and this summer is going to be very, very important to us. No Declan Rice. Tuchel has to come in. We need to get someone like Tuchel and Koundé needs to come in. We've got to rebuild our whole team because we said this at the start of the season. This is not a squad depth team like rivals think. We never had a depth in our squad like people thought we did, and it's shown now. We've got an injury problems. Kovacic injured, Chilwell injured, and it's shown on the pitch. And again, I think this game was missing someone like Jorginho in this pitch to kind of slow and control the game down because Loftus-Cheek cannot play in a 6, and this man has to go in August. He's 100% done at this club. I'm sick of people going off that one game he had. He played well for 85 minutes, and he thinks that every game he can play like this, he's a shocking player. He has to go, and that's it. We just got to, move on to the next one. As much as I hate to say that.
Matt, quick question. I thought Mendy was the best keeper in the league and the best keeper in Europe. What happened to him?
He is. He's our number one keeper. But when he plays, there's something called off form. He's having a couple weeks off, and he hasn't had the rest he needs. Give him 2-3 games rest. Not even. Give him a 1-game rest. And he'll come back and he'll be prevented.
That, to be fair, and I disagreed with you when you first said it a couple of weeks ago. And I think a lot of people in the chat were like, nah. But I mean, I think you've definitely got a point, to be honest with you.
The problem that you have on socials now is that when someone has an honest opinion, even if it isn't popular, everybody kind of shuts it down as, you're looking for attention, you're looking for clicks. The irony is, like, I don't really get our Matt's looking for clicks when it's my channel. If it's going to give anyone clicks, it's me. Like, wow, how's he looking for clicks? It's just an opinion. And yeah, Mendy looks weak right now. And sometimes you need to, like, ruffle the feathers of these keepers by taking them out the firing line and giving Kepa a go and giving Mendy
that competition.
Needs.
There's no competition. Mendy thinks he's running the spot here. He has to be shown. Give him a rest and then bring Kepa on. Kepa's a fantastic keeper. People don't understand that, and I think you guys are on that.
You know what I think it is, bro? I don't honestly think it has anything to do with a lack of. I think it's a lack of motivation because there's nothing you guys are playing for in the league. Let's be honest. Going into this game, it was strictly top 4s on the line for Arsenal. It meant more to us. Your players did not seem motivated, did not seem up for it. And all in all, when you look at it, for the rest of the season, all your Premier League games, you guys are going to have the same issue. How are they going to get up for these games? How are they going to get motivated? Because if they can't get motivated for a game against Arsenal at home, what are you guys going to do against lesser teams?
It's a great question. Matt, listen, my guy, really appreciate you coming on. I know it's really late where you are, my friend, and we'll speak again soon. Top man. Thank you. Brandon's on the show now. Big Arsenal fan. What you saying, mate?
I'm back in the mud again, Terry. Like Peppa Pig. Yeah.
Is the season over, Brandon? Get out of here.
Hey, first of all, well done, Eddie Nketiah. Big up Eddie Nketiah, right? Because he took a lot of criticism and he's come in and he scored 2 goals today. He worked very hard and he deserved his goals. Also, credit to Mikel Arteta as well, because at the 3rd time of asking, he's actually found a way of dealing with our injuries. Bringing in El Neni and his experience in the midfield, I think we looked a lot better at times. Rob Holding as well, playing a back 3, changing the system up a little bit. I think that worked well for us. But if I'm being completely honest, and I don't want to sound like I'm being, negative, as most Arsenal fans would call me. I don't think we was that great tonight. I just think Chelsea was so poor. And
I agree with you.
I also think as well that it's another game where there's no real major pressure. I mean, a lot of people would say this is a high pressure game because it can define whether we finish in the top 4 or not. For me, nobody gave us a prayer in this game. So ultimately, before the game had even kicked off, most Arsenal fans, most Chelsea fans, most football fans thought we was going to lose. Even I didn't give us a prayer. I thought, nah, that's it. But what I did not foresee is that Thomas Tuchel is Arteta in. And that is why we faced a defence which was Malang Sarr and Alonso, which completely and utterly shocked me, really. I mean, no Rudiger, no Thiago Silva. They definitely didn't take us seriously. Does it mean anything? I don't know. It could be irrelevant. If we go and lose against Manchester United, which could be the typical Arsenal thing to do, then it is irrelevant. So I'm not going to get too excited, but it's a good performance tonight. And we deserve the win, and we just move on, and that's it.
Mate, could not agree with your words more. Really appreciate you calling in, mate, and we'll chat again soon. Thank you. Top man. I agree with him. I think it's one of those things where you're happy tonight. And like I said, you did smash. A few Chelsea fans have messaged me and they didn't smash us. I went, mate, they scored 4. That's a smashing. Now, they gave you some of those goals. This wasn't like you were cutting them apart,
Quality
limb from limb,
low.
blocking out. Yeah, it was quality was low in
was
this
low.
game. You celebrate. And that's why I say that, again, I've seen a lot of gooners in the chat. I told you all Arteta will be fine. Brandon makes a great point. The pressure game is now Saturday because it's now, well, now you if you'd have lost today, most people would have completely written you off for the top 4. Pressure was off. Now it's a case of, well, you play before Tottenham. You now play before Tottenham. You beat Man United. You put pressure back on Spurs to see how they can handle it. And this is where it's gone wrong for you at times this season. When you've been expected to win. The last time you expected to beat Man United, you got beat 3-2. You expected to beat Everton. You lost. Monday Night Football, and then you lost those four from 3. The only one of those games you weren't expected to win was against Liverpool. But how do you think, Cole, you're going to handle the pressure on Saturday against Man United?
I don't know. Honestly, it's literally what KJ said earlier. It's going to be a literal circus. I don't know what I'm expecting. I'm expecting a lot of. I actually kind of think it'll be high quality for both of our levels. It's going to look like a really good game. But like really and truly, we're probably going to see a lot of slip ups. We're probably going to see a dodgy tackle. It's going to be. I'm not looking forward to it because I know the quality is just going to be low, very low. But I mean, it's important for both of us. Well, according to Bruno Fernandes, you have nothing to play for. So I don't know. I actually don't know.
I wonder what level of motivation Manchester United players will have going into this game, because we just seen how they performed against Liverpool. We've seen how lackluster they looked. And if they do anything, even 5% more than what they did at Liverpool, I still think they're going to lose. So let's be honest. Liverpool, the way Liverpool beat you guys, I don't see anything that you guys can bring to us right now.
I'm not even going to fight back. I agree with you, and we'll talk more about that. 12th man out tomorrow, me versus the Gals. We're not going to preview that game anymore because we want you to watch the 12th man tomorrow.
But today, you should see the effort Arsenal put in to try to make sure every single time we got onto the ball, every single time we lost the ball, we tried to work hard. And if we even do anything that close to what we did today, that is gonna be very, very good for us going forward.
I completely agree. Noah here with a comment says Terry loves to put pressure on Arsenal. Yeah. Let me just say.
Might have fallen.
Let me just say this, Noah. It isn't pressure to say that one of the greatest clubs in the history of English football needs to win a home game, needs to cement a win like this with a follow-up victory to maintain their top 4 push. That's not pressure. That's just pure, straight facts. They have to. It might be a hard truth to hear, but it is the truth, my friend.
Let's not take away from today's win, though. Today's win is outstanding performance, and every single Arsenal fan should be proud of today's performance. Let's not get away from it.
Yeah, I mean, I literally said that, Gal.
Yeah, like, I know.
I think we've had that one. We already had that one there. Sorry, it's had that one as well. Sorry, when I don't untick these, I end up putting the same ones back up. Arsenal will always be the bigger 40. Will always be bigger. 48 versus 32. London is red, is what Mo's got to say. Jerome here.
Shut up.
Jerome here says, so does that mean that by this weekend, Chelsea could be in the top 4 race as well?
No.
Well, if Chelsea lose to West Ham and Arsenal and Spurs both win, it'd be nice. It'd be exciting. But this is the crazy thing. If Spurs and Man United have completely bottled this, if Spurs and Arsenal wouldn't have had those, like the Burnley result as an example, and then Spurs losing to Brighton when they should be beating them at home, and yourselves with those defeats to Palace and Brighton and Southampton, I swear you'd be pretty much level with Chelsea. I swear you'd be in and around Chelsea. You could have actually put pressure on Chelsea to fall out the top damn fucking 4. But
now that they're out of the Champions League, I think they're still going to do well from now until the end of the season. I just lack if you're going to see consistent performances because there's not much pressure.
I'd rather take 9 points from the last 3 and lose to Chelsea. This win is nothing confirming us top 4, but making us in a race. Yeah, I mean, look, listen, I'd rather 3 wins over 1 win. And that's not a dig. That's the truth. It's all about following up. You're right. That's the right mentality to have. People need to respect Jacques Moore, so crucial for the rest of the season.
Very much so. Respect to Xhaka, man. Honestly, he gets a lot of criticism from our fans and everybody else. But when he does perform well, we got to give him credit. And when he does perform bad, he's obviously going to get stick regardless.
I hear you on that. Jerome here says, to be honest, none of the team fighting for top 4 deserve the Champions League next season. They are all so bad.
Literally.
Do you know what's interesting,
Yeah.
right? You know, like in athletics, you can win a race in qualifiers for the Olympics, but if you don't hit a certain time, you still can't go even if you win the race. So I really feel like there should be a limit with it. Like if you finish in the top 4 but you lose more than 11 games, you're not allowed in. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
Listen,
points limit or something.
Listen,
yeah.
if Arsenal or Tottenham get it for the positions that we're in this season, honestly, we both either one who gets it, we should be respected, and we should be like, you know what, fair play. I think both teams were in the doldrums at the beginning of the season. No one expected either of us to get it, and if we do get it over Manchester United, it should be respected. It's not a thing where all the teams are shit.
Man United aren't shit.
Manchester United are shit. Tottenham and Arsenal were not expected to be here. So based on that, it should
Yeah,
be
but
respected.
the season evolved from the beginning, you know. I don't know. I know at the beginning of the season we weren't expected to, but like I say, the goalposts moved and we have to have gone with the time. We were playing well. We put ourselves in a great position for top 4 and we fucked it up essentially. We're now in it. Like Terry said, we could be in and around Chelsea.
I am still of the belief that if Arsenal or Tottenham finish in top 4, it should be respected and it should be something that's applauded. And
I don't know about applauded.
We shouldn't
finishing.
be downplaying it. We shouldn't be downplaying it and saying, oh, it's because everyone's shit. No, Tottenham went on a good run. Arsenal went on a good run, and somehow Manchester United.
You sat on the football terrace last year and said Man United's second was a fake position.
I was not one of those people.
I remember. I think I remember you. If you didn't, then I apologize. But I thought you were. My view is this, mate. Like I get where you're coming from.
I'm saying it's downplaying the achievement.
No, it's not about downplaying the achievement. It's about people not getting too carried away because if you finish 4th, you deserve to be 4th. But it's whether or not you're playing tallest dwarf. You're all still short. You know, that's the problem here. It depends how you do it. If you, for instance, win all your remaining games now, finish 5, 6, and finish well, then I think I would. But if you, Tottenham and Man United, spend the rest of the season win, lose, draw, and you're coughing and spluttering over the line, I think it's like, oh, I'm happy if Man United were the team that remained it. If Man United make the Champions League, I'd be like, still feel like it's a crap season for us. And I don't know. I get your point, but I still think there's an element of keeping feet firmly on the ground is what I would say.
Okay, fair.
Tuchel's blaming the pitch.
Stadium.
Madman. Please, somebody record Gal right now before he changes his stance on Saturday.
Listen. I'm not even going to say it.
What are you going to say?
Win, lose, or draw against Manchester United, top 4 is not done.
Cool. Read that super chat. I read that. Right, next on the show, Gunnar Souls is here. What are you saying, bro?
Yeah, firstly, I just want to give credit to Eddie Nketiah. You know, the interview midweek, it took big balls to be coming out saying, I need more games, I need to be starting more, and then to actually come into a game which is important, you know, to the way Arsenal can finish this season. And we could be looking back at these 3 points and saying that's what got us top 4. And to come in and score a brace, all you can do is give him credit because he took a lot of stick. But moving from that, I thought we played well. I don't think we were good. I think we were okay. There was a lot of sloppy moments, you know. Holding came in, El Neni came in. There was a bit of rustiness, which is expected. They haven't really played pretty much all season. They played a game here and there, but it's promising signs. Like if you look at Eddie Nketiah can do a brace in Chelsea, imagine what we can do when we get a top striker in. I don't think the system is the problem. I just think we don't have a quality striker who can take those chances. And when people say that, you know, we were gifted those, I don't think it was a gift. I think we made those chances. You know, Nketiah pressed, you know, Christian into a mistake, took the ball off him, and then scored. The same with the second Nketiah goal. He's twisted the player and kept going for it. Today was what we've seen a sign of a shit killer striker. That's what it was today. He wanted those goals and he got them. And imagine like if you can add a hungry player who's actually got quality, what this team can actually do. I'm not saying, look, you can be Arteta, right? You can be everything. I'm not saying Arteta's the man. There's no one better than him, that he's Pep Guardiola, none of that. But when you look at the system and you start to look at it, if we add quality to this, who knows? Like maybe he is the guy to take us forward. That's why I'm patient and I'm willing to like see what he does and what the club does. Now it's over to the club really to go into the summer and go, right, you've shown us with the starting 11 what you can do. And then you've shown us against some big teams, even with injuries, you've done it. The only thing that's pissed me off is the last 3 games. Where was this? Where was the hunger? Where was this passion in the last 3 games?
I'm glad you said that, Gunnar Souls, because do you know what I get really frustrated with football fans? When Everton beat Man United and they played pretty well against us, they worked hard, they were resolute in defence. I get why their fans celebrated, but if I was an Everton fan that day, I'd be fuming that we hadn't done that in any of our past 10 matches. It's almost like if you played this hard against Palace and against Brighton, you win because you are you do have more quality than them. So you are absolutely right to call that out, mate. You really, really are. And again, on nketiah, you've got to credit the goals. This is the thing. It's credit the goals because he deserves credit. Scoring is a hard thing to do in the league. And just, for your sakes, hope he does more of it. Gunnar, Souls, really appreciate you coming on, mate, and having your say. Top, man. Thank you. I do have a question for you, Gal.
Yeah. He's on any hive, by the way.
Based on what Souls says, if on Saturday, Ben White makes that pass back Christensen does, would you call it a Ben White mistake, or would you say, actually, Bruno was pressing him, so it's actually Bruno deserves the credit, or would you call it a mistake?
You always look at it from your perspective. So, of course.
So what do you think it is?
It's a mistake. It is a mistake. And of course, you have to credit the person who created the error and who made the mistake. But in my opinion, it is a mistake. So I will put it down to it being a defensive error from Chelsea's player. And that is, to be fair, you have to also credit the attacker for putting the pressure on them.
I like what you said originally. That's what football is. If on Saturday, Bruno goes through on goal and has a shot and Ramsdale pulls off a good save, we United fans will say, he missed it, he should have scored. You'll say, great save.
Yeah.
Because, of course, you're crediting the goalkeeper, we're discrediting the striker. That's just the way it goes. So I do hear you on that. Next. Sometimes I start listening to it like Javert. No one watching is like, why Terry just gone silent for? Daniel's coming on the show, people, soon. But before him, David's here with us.
Bring him out.
David, who bottled it.
Bring him out.
David, who bottled it. Here he is.
Where are you, bro?
Yeah!
I am so happy I didn't come in today. I'm so happy.
How you doing?
I couldn't deal with the Gal and Colleen right now. I could not, honestly. it would finish me off. I couldn't do it. But yeah, fair play to Arsenal. They beat us. We gave them like 3 goals. Bro. We gave them like 3 goals. Like
4.
First, before I go at the defenders, Lukaku, I hope he never plays again. Because again, that was one of the worst performances I've ever seen. He doesn't do anything. He's the biggest man on the field. And like for Arsenal's second goal, there was an open goal. He mistouched the ball, and Rob Holding literally just walked around him. And I was like, you're like the size of a bus. How has Rob Holding got around you? I don't know. He didn't even sprint. He just walked around him. So I hope he never plays again. I've got a list on my phone of players who need to be sold this summer. Loftus-Cheek needs to go. Sarr needs to go. Aspi needs to go. Christensen needs to go. Lukaku needs to go. Kepa needs to go. And Pulisic needs to go. And then people who need to be sold, but not like straight away, but they should be sold, is Mendy, Hudson-Odoi, Kante, Werner, and Jorginho. That's honest. Watching that game, it's literally like the squad needs going. I said at the start of the season, our squad's not as good as everyone thinks it is, and I said Lukaku could be awful, and like everyone was laughing at me, like, "Oh my god, can you not see the improvements we made?" The improvements where? I'd love to see it because these guys are so bad. Mendy's like, he's only good at shot stopping. He can't use his feet. His feet are awful. He doesn't have the like awareness to pass the ball. So if he's not shot stopping, he's practically useless. And today I think he should have stopped about 3 of the goals. Christensen, I hope Christensen's off. So that's good. I hope you like by Barcelona enjoy. You have him and Eric Garcia at the back. So that's penalties galore. Malang Sarr, I think genuinely that's Bakayoko Watford. Daniel put it in Bakayoko Watford level 4. It was so bad. There was a ball that went over his head and he just didn't track the ball. He like ran and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna take this down." He didn't even track it. I don't know what he was doing. Like Werner was probably the best player, but he still needs to go. Like he's had like a couple good performances, but I wouldn't bet on him to do anything. And like when Havertz came on, the team flowed so much better. But because he came on in the 60th minute, we were 3-2 down, and Arsenal could just sit in as deep as they wanted, and we have no creators at all. Like there was no chance.
From a Chelsea perspective, do you feel like, because the discussion's been going on that Tuchel disrespected Arsenal in terms of the lineup? Do you feel like that as coming from a Chelsea perspective?
Yeah, I put it at like 6:50. I saw the lineup and I was there. I literally put it in the chat. I was like, "GG to Arsenal, they've won this game," because that lineup was abysmal. Man, he didn't even do that against Norwich. Not even against Norwich.
You know what's mad about that lineup?
So
You know
bad.
what's mad about that lineup, right? If, for instance, who's kind of do you know that the relegation teams used to do this quite a bit? Mick McCarthy got in trouble for it. Say you had like Burnley playing Liverpool away, and they're thinking, right, we're probably not going to win this game, but in 3 days' time, we've got like a game against Everton we want to win. If they rotated their team that heavily and played their second string, there'd be calls for an investigation for not respecting the integrity of the game. Like the fact that you didn't have injuries. You're not in a title race. You don't need to. Your next serious game is the FA Cup final. To kind of do that in a game of such, I bet there are some Chelsea fans, Spurs fans, sitting there tonight, fuming, thinking, "Hang on a minute, why are you picking a weak team against Arsenal when you don't have to?" I bet there are some that feel like that.
Do you guys?
Oh no, I honestly, if you needed Arsenal to lose that game for any reason, I feel bad for you, because every single Chelsea fan who predicts us to win this game wasn't expecting that lineup. Like I was expecting to see Silva. Like Rudiger was injured, so fair enough. But I was expecting Reece James at wing back. No offense to Arsenal, but they don't have someone who I'd go and be like, Reece James got to go 1-on-1 against this guy. Like I know you're gonna sit there and be like, oh, Bukayo Saka, but I don't think Bukayo Saka is like Vinicius level, like Vinicius Junior level, where you've got to go. Reece James has got to go 1-on-1 against this guy because he's going to cause massive problems. I think Aspi can handle Bukayo Saka, and like Reece James can just go at wing back and let him do his job.
To be 1 second. To be fair, Bukayo Saka doesn't really play much on the left side. He plays more on the right, so he would be going up against Marcus Alonso.
Oh, I forgot about Alonso. Alonso needs to be sold as well. He's awful. He's bad as well. Get rid of him. They're so bad.
Alonso seems to just absolutely drive Chelsea fans mad. It's crazy. David, listen, David, top man for coming on, mate, and having your say. Don't bottle it next time, you coward. Take care, mate.
I'm so happy. So happy I didn't come in.
I bet you
I'm
are,
so
mate.
happy.
I bet you are, mate. Take care, mate. Speak to you soon. Thank you. Some more super chats here that have come in. First one says, each one of you on the panel predicted League and Champions League. Predict your League and Champions League as of right now. Liverpool.
Oh, Liverpool. I'm going Liverpool. I think they might do the quad.
No. I'm going for my babes, Unai. He's going to be lifting up the UCL. Okay.
My babe.
And City for the title. I can't have Liverpool winning a league title. Rams, you can shake your head all you want. It's not happening.
There you go.
Please.
Can I pose a question?
Yeah.
What's a worse comeback, Paul Pogba or Romelu Lukaku? Because they both got bought for 90 million plus. Both were from the academy, went away, won something.
It has to be Lukaku.
Yeah, like Pogba's first season was like Pogba's had some moments. He's won some trophies. Chelsea fans want rid of Lukaku after 1 year. Like, yeah, it's Lukaku for me.
How many goals does Lukaku have in the league this season?
But I think nketiah nearly put him up tonight. I don't know. Look at the spoiled Chelsea fan. You bought the two most expensive goalkeepers, and now you don't want any of them. I'll smite you. He's got man. Jesus, you're getting a bit aggressive. Well, it's typical, really, of Christianity to be violent. No, I'm joking. Joking. I can say that because I used to be one. Wait, Terry said Chelsea were favourites for the league. Yeah, I did. I did predict Chelsea to win the league.
Like I thought earlier.
They were going to be better than they really are. But equally, I predicted that. I predicted this season that Liverpool, once the turn of the year went, and I saw what they were doing. I predicted they would catch City, and you all laughed at me. We all make predictions that that we get right, and we all make predictions that we get wrong. Nabil, thanks for the super chat. Mount was very lucky. Saka's shameless. Never a pen. Banter lineup. Can't expect TT to turn water into wine. Jesus could actually. I heard that rumor. Deserved L. Doesn't change much for us. We'll get top 4, and Arsenal will still have Arteta. Noah here says no one expected Arsenal to get top 4, so if we do, we deserve respect. Yeah, there's respect. There's respecting it.
Yeah, but like,
then there's not getting carried away. Like I think people confuse respect and getting carried away. Don't you agree? Like I'm not gonna say, "Wow, I'm scared." What you're on your road to winning a title. I'll say, "Well done."
Listen, we've been out of the Champions League for 5 years, so yes, I'll be happy. Respect to Arteta and the squad for getting there, but I mean, you know, I just don't understand. We've made it so much harder for ourselves than it needs to be.
Colleen, I think top 4 this season could be a game changer for us when it comes to recruitment.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. That's another conversation. When you say you need respect, explain what you mean by respect. Like, how would me respecting you sound?
No. Just at the end of the day, if we do get top 4, it is a good. Do not downplay the accomplishment.
Okay, but what do you expect me to like? I want you to like.
It is a great achievement for Arsenal to get top 4.
It's not a great achievement. A great achievement.
Arsenal, come on, man.
A great achievement too far.
Based on the situation we've been in over the last 2 seasons, finishing 8th and 8th, coming into the season where Manchester United got Varane, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Sancho. You have Tottenham who got Antonio Conte, and obviously everyone downplays how a young team cannot.
But does that not go back to the same point of where I said that things change throughout the season?
I posted this. Man United, when on his first full season, when he was the first permanent manager, he got top 4. He got 3rd in the end with 66 points. No one sitting here would say that was a great achievement for Manchester United, even though he had a poor season before, and we didn't.
And most pundits predicted like a
fifth, sixth place. But it's not a great achievement. It's well done. Now you kick on.
It's a good. Yeah, I think it's that word there. Great achievement. Maybe language-wise, I would never use finishing in a. If West Ham did it, I'd say great achievement.
How about this? Well done. Nobody expected it. Fair play to them. That's it.
But that's what I've said.
Okay.
And I will say that. Like I wouldn't. Again, it all depends on the rhetoric. Do you get what I mean? Like last year, United come second. We were the second best team in the league last year. But did I think we were ready? Did I look at it like? Did I say we were a better team now than Liverpool? Yes. It was a great achievement to come second. No.
No, but.
Look, I get where you're coming from. There's a super chat here from Chike that says, hey, Terry, looks like you may have to be a City fan for a day. You also have to buy a City jersey, sing their songs, and participate in their trivia night with Lee, Kenny, and Jez. One step closer, Terry. I ain't. Why would I wear it? Did I say what? I think I put a bet on it. I said Liverpool were going to win the league.
Yes,
same day. I think I did do that bet. So yeah, we will see, Chike, if that comes to fruition. Daniel's on the show now, people. Big Chelsea fan. What you saying, Danny boy?
Yo, what you saying, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you, bruv? You held 4 tonight. Woo! Hey, 4. Big 4-4. No safety.
Thumbs up. How's your boy doing, bro?
That wasn't that funny. KJ's only laughing because you hired him. Nah, I'm joking, man. I hope Colleen and the gal are good. Of course, you lot should enjoy it. I actually think Terry's wrong as well. I think it's a very, very good achievement if Arsenal finish top 4, especially considering like the attacking like formation that Arteta's kind of built. No one expected Emile Smith Rowe, Martinelli, Saka, even Lacazette, who's not really in the squad right now, to be the forefront of everything that's going good right now. So if they are able to get it, especially considering the fact that Arsenal fans have been saying without Partey and Tierney now we can't get it. If you lot get it without them, then it's a very, very good achievement. I think you lot, we're fans. Don't downplay what you believe your club's achievement should be, innit? Do you know what I mean? Tell Terry no, gal. Don't be scared of him. Tell him no. It's a great
Daniel, you're my guy. You're my guy, Daniel.
So Daniel, do you agree with Gal that it's a great achievement?
No, take out the word.
No, so you agree with me then?
No. You know what? Forget about the achievement. Daniel, what happened today, man? What happened today?
Yeah, you're deflecting, Dan.
today,
What happened today, bro? Chat to me. You guys lost 4-2 to Arsenal at home.
Nah. I'm not acting. I think personally, look, at the end of the day, you just have to. There's no analysis to it. I just think if you overanalyze certain games, you're just gonna end up putting yourself in a little bit of a chiz. You're just gonna have a headache. Like this game was literally a game where I think the lineup said it all. A bit like what Terry said when we faced the Wolves, and he said that Tuchel basically mentally gave that game up, and that's why we weren't able to win the game in December when we were saying we wanted games cancelled over COVID.
So you were defeated from the moment the lineup came out.
I'm saying it sends out a message in how serious you're taking the game when you're resting Thiago Silva, when you're resting Kai Havertz, when you're not playing Kovacic, and then you're playing Malang Sarr, playing ISP right wing back, playing Lukaku. Like it does send out a sort of message, and if we're gonna keep it consistent, then we have to consider those factors. Look, I don't want to overanalyze this game. Like I said, I personally think the league is done in terms of us finishing in the top 4. I do genuinely believe that, and I've said that from day one, or not from day one exactly, but from the moment we knew we couldn't win the league. And now I think it's just a case of now just looking forward to the FA Cup final. I can't lie to you, but again, we can't let these things slip, because I do genuinely believe we'll beat West Ham on the weekend. And again, like everyone's mentioned, if we don't, then it becomes a little bit slippery. Do you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, enjoy the win, man. I think, look, we're playing chess, not checkers. The fact that Eddie Nketiah is going to be leading your line going forward, I think is the more nerve-wracking thing for me, because I just think Malang Sarr really made him look like the next best thing. Do you know what I mean? And we know how good.
Dan, do you know what, bro? Do you know what I would say? I agree with you a bit about not overanalyzing it in the sense of I agree with you. I think that the lineup is where it went wrong. It was a mentality thing. And not that your players had a bad mentality. And I saw a comment a moment ago, and I want to try and find it from I assume it was from an Arsenal fan, where he says, what about our lineup? And it's like, it's not about your lineup.
Was the strongest available lineup.
Arsenal's lineup were inspired by the fact that Chelsea dropped players because they felt like that was good enough to beat them. It's almost it increased Arsenal's mentality, their determination, their desire to win the match. And that was the difference tonight.
We played El Neni, Rob Holding, and Eddie Nketiah.
No, but it was the strongest available. Look, I'm not going into the semantics of who had the stronger lineup, whatever. If you think Chelsea's lineup was strong and they should have still won, that's fine. But it's perfect. It's for example, look at the FA Cup semi-final, Liverpool, Man City. Man City still put out a very, very good lineup, a lineup capable of beating anyone on their day. However, what did we all say just before? We were coming out with this, but Liverpool, Man City are seemingly taking their foot off the pedal with this lineup, and it wasn't like Man City out a dead lineup. They just didn't put out the strongest available lineup, and then they got caught for that. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing in this situation. You can't overanalyze these things, in my opinion. And I think, again, individual errors, man. I don't think there was one actually, the Emil Smith. No,
let me ask
even
you this,
that was an individual error from the other end of the pitch. There's just so many things that went wrong today. Where if I start to try and overanalyze it, I'm literally just going to be putting myself in a little bit of a twine, innit? So it's calm, man.
Okay, Daniel, I want you to overanalyze this though. A lot of people have been talking about Mendy. What do you think about Mendy's performance today?
Two things. I think Mendy, it's not just about today. I think Mendy's taken a downturn in terms of his form. And one thing I want to reiterate, that's something that I said to Terry, and we all said it literally, I forgot on what point or what stream it was last season we said it, Terry, but we said the performance levels that we have right now in terms of the number of goals that we're conceding, the number of goals that we're scoring, the number of wins that we're able to collect, it's not sustainable. That just doesn't happen. And only teams like Liverpool and Man City, who have the perfect squad and everything going in their favour, are able to do that. Tuchel still only signed one player to this team, and we're still yet to see, especially considering the Glenn Hoddle thing, we're still yet to know if that was actually his signing. Do you know what I mean? We were just like, Lukaku, especially me, I thought, Lukaku, piece, puzzle, everything done and dusted. You know what I'm saying? But
I think the great thing for Tuchel as well is that Roman ain't there anymore, because I do feel like if you sort of struggled over the third line, lose an FA Cup final and win nothing, and Abramovich was there, peak Abramovich, it could be curtains. I actually think that's a good thing for you, because getting rid of Tuchel would be ridiculous. He's such a great manager. Dan, I appreciate you coming on, mate, and having your say. and confirming that you think top 4 is a great achievement. So cheers, bro.
Arsenal.
I'll speak to you soon, brother. Take care, mate. Bye.
Can I just mention one thing quickly?
Yeah.
During the game, we were watching it. We were talking about Ramsdale. What do you guys think about Ramsdale's performance? I know we only conceded 2 goals, but like, I'm starting to get worried that like our defense is not as connected as we were.
I don't think.
8
I don't
goals
know.
in 4
I think
games.
he had a decent start to his Arsenal life, that short 3 months. But me personally, I've never really been a big fan of. I said it during the game, of arrogant footballers. I find him a bit arrogant. And the problem with that is that when you're arrogant, people are watching you. Everyone's watching the football game. Everyone knows what's going on. Arsenal as a collective are not a team yet where they can afford to have players like him be arrogant, because he's kind of under a microscope a little bit more, because, you know, everyone talks about these camera saves when the past couple of weeks, or maybe longer than that, he's been, you know, letting goals in that he shouldn't, like at his near post and things like that. I think there's work to be done. I think he just needs to, I still think he's a good goalkeeper, but, you know, he's got to crack on really.
He's also young and he's an experience of being in a team of Arsenal's level and above. And what happens with a lot of players, your attackers went through this period, sort of December, January time, where they all went through a period where it felt like they were all scoring and assisting in nearly every game. And what that makes football fans do is believe that that standard is going to remain permanent. Young players are notoriously inconsistent in terms of they'll show you their best and then dip a little bit and then their best. Most players wait until about 25, 26, or when they've had enough games. So age is part of it, but it's how many games you've played. So a player that's playing at this level from 18, by the time he's 22, 23, can be at his peak. If you don't move to this level till you're 22, 23, it might take you into your 25, 26 to reach your peak for consistency. He's had some moments. He also probably did himself a slight injustice. In some of those early games in the season, Leicester stands out. He was pulling off saves he had no business making. And then it's like, well, we expect him to save every shot that goes his way. And you start again, so what's happening now is I think people are over analyzing a few goals that have gone in because, well, he saved shots like that before in the season. It's quite natural to let them in. If you look at Alisson and Edison, how much older are they than Ramsdale? I don't know their ages.
Ramsdale's like 22, 23.
So they're a lot older. And I guarantee if you go back to them at his age, they were letting some of them shots in as they're growing and developing. He's a young player. Young players will generally make more mistakes than older players, but it's about supporting him, nurturing him and giving him what he needs so that he doesn't lose confidence. And that's on Arsenal fans to do for me.
I was going to say, I'm getting a little crap for saying arrogant. Arrogant doesn't necessarily have to be a negative thing. If you actually listen to what I'm saying, is that Arsenal are not that team. They're not that team where he can be like that and not expect to be micro. And we're literally talking about him right now. Why are we talking about him? Because, as you said, he's been making these saves he should never have been making. Him himself, he enjoys it. He gives it back to the opposition fans. He's in the thick of it. Essentially, he is a young player, but he needs to knuckle down a little bit. I don't know what else to tell you guys.
I agree. Gio here has got a question for you, KJ. He says, how do you Sterling would fit in Italy? Milan are about to be bought by InvestCorp, and they plan to spend big money. Do you think Raheem Sterling would do well in Italy?
Raheem the Dream, I think, would be amazing in Italy. I feel like given the chance to go over there and do what he does, I think it might be the best place for him if you move from Man City, because again, he's lightning quick. So in the Serie A, Lukaku looked like a flipping, rapid, you know what I mean? Usain Bolt over there. So he will be lightning quick again. And he will be a player that, again, not only boosts the league up as a staple player in the Serie A, but also teams will build for him and around him, and he'll show the quality that he has. So I think AC Milan, with him and Big Divock Origi coming in there as well, would be amazing.
They can do it, and a lot of Prem players do well over there.
Can I mention one thing that we didn't speak about? Bukayo Saka and Emil Smith Rowe both scored in today's game. Yeah. Obviously, we spoke about Eddie Nketiah, but them scoring today, that's 10 league goals for both of them. Or am I wrong? Or 10 goals in all competitions for both of them. That is impressive for me. At the beginning of the season, if you told me Bukayo Saka and Emil Smith Rowe were both going to get double-digit goals, that is a step forward that I wanted to see, and I'm very proud of them. And I just wanted to point that out because I don't think a lot of people mentioned that today.
No, I mean, they weren't really I don't think they were the focal point. I think it's important them and Martinelli start getting back, because you need all of them players scoring goals to make top 4. So it's good, they broke that duck. So it's important. So I didn't read that one out. We need to get rid of Sarr and replace him with academy boys. Yep, I don't know the names, so I had to read them carefully in case they were like those weird words that make you say dirty things. Cool, I'm checking. Because I'm dyslexic, I have to check all those things. From the position Arsenal were in as a club as of now, top 4 is a good achievement. Then we can push the challenge. I agree with you, Gareth. I think
it's
good
a good
achievement. I think good is the right word to use.
Take that.
Yeah, good. Good. It's a good achievement, no doubt. We're going to try and take some more callers before we go because the gal's got to catch a train. Rams here as a rival. What are you saying, mate?
Yo, what's good, everybody? I just want to say, fair play to Arsenal. You know, like they played a very good game. You could say that Chelsea didn't bother to turn up or anything like that. You still have to do the job on the pitch, and those Arsenal boys did a job. They did the job. Like Bukayo Saka was causing all kind of problems, and yeah, I think that was the first goal he scored against a big 6 team. So good on Bukayo Saka.
Did he not score against City?
There's that as well. But it's consistency. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Away from home. Away from home.
Away from home. Away from home. We give that.
Yeah.
But still, Bukayo Saka is still a wonderful player. But I know people were talking about the penalty. I'm just happy that was a penalty because a player like Azpilicueta, he's a dirty little snake. Like, I know what he does in the penalty box and stuff like that. He deserves that kind of nonsense because, to be fair, karma strikes back. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I've got to say. And yeah, Arsenal fans should take this with good heart. Like, it's against Chelsea, who were meant to be a title challenging team, and they did very, very well. Even when Thiago Silva came on to shore up the defense, it was still 2-2, and he still put 2 goals past them. So that performance, especially in that second half, was very, very good.
It's spot on. And look, I know some of the Gooners have kind of not played it down, but they want to keep their feet on the ground, and they should. But I thought Arsenal, as the great game went on, they stopped making those early mistakes and they grew into the game and they won it. I think they did very, very well. A few people are pointing out, Ram, that he also scored against Tottenham as well.
Yep.
Oh, okay then.
Has no
away
base.
from home. We'll leave it like that. But I've also got to say, on David's point, I swear a week ago he said that Chelsea aren't too far away from Liverpool and City, but yet he wants to sell the entire squad. So maybe Chelsea fans need to rethink their squad because they are levels behind Liverpool.
I get that. And obviously David's being like maybe a little bit over the top because they just got beat by Arsenal 4-2. It was only 2.5 months ago that people like yourself were coming on and you wrote your season off. Now you're saying quad squad.
No, but I still said 5%, innit? I still have blind
hope. I hear that.
I still have blind hope. Blind without hope or nothing.
Ram. Guys, so there's a new name for you tonight. We're going to call you Lamb with the big L's for you tonight.
No. I just don't say
Lamb, you know.
I still say UCL was still ours. So
Ram, you have one job and one job only. Beat Tottenham. That's all you got.
Oh yeah, because we'll do our best. I mean, we're gonna beat them anyway, but you still have to do your job as well.
Viewers, spam the chat with Lamb, baby. Spam the chat with Lamb.
Hey, I still said UCL titles are, so you can't really put that on us.
No,
it is what it is. It is what it is, Terry.
I'm gonna find a clip. Ram, take care, brother. We'll speak soon, my man. Thank you very much indeed. Man. I know there's lots more people backstage, but we do not have any more time. I'm so sorry to Orchie, Tom, Mr. Anthony, and many, many more of you that are waiting behind the scenes. We'll get you on the next call in. Sorry, gents. I'm really, really sorry. We've got trains to catch and stuff here. When I'm at home, I can just stay up all night. It doesn't matter. Listen, everyone who's tuning in, thank you. To everyone who's super chatted, I love you. To all my members, you're brilliant. To all my subscribers, you're the best. Make sure you smash the like button before you leave tonight. We're back tomorrow. Straight Facts with Jess and I. We've got the Fan Channel Review Show in the morning. You got Fan Channel Review Show is back tomorrow for another episode. Until next time, my people, take care. Goodbye. God bless.